I didn't think this needs to be said, but apparently it does. If y'all release another Aaliyah biopic, I'm talking motion picture, feature film biopic of Aaliyah, the person who plays Aaliyah needs to be a black woman. 2 black parents. Because that's what Aaliyah was, and I'm sure that's what she would have wanted. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Goodbye. And I'm not gonna argue with any of you in the comments saying otherwise. You're just gonna get blocked. Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. So the video I showed you guys, and I saw a couple other exoticals do videos on this as well, but the video is basically someone saying they're doing the new Aaliyah movie and they're looking for someone to cast. Now, I don't know if you guys seen the last Aaliyah movie. I'm going to try to leave like a picture of the girl that they used. I think she's gorgeous. I don't know if she's monoracial or not. Obviously an exotical, but she doesn't look a lot like Aaliyah to me. So a lot of people are saying that whoever they pick for this new movie, the girl has to be monoracial. Now, the part that really gets me is people are saying like she has to have 2 black parents, whoever they cast, and some of the people were bringing up Halle Bailey and how she played the Little Mermaid, and people were saying, well, you know, that's not the same. But the Disney princess I was actually thinking about was Princess Tiana, and how that was based off a real person who was, you know, in my opinion, more, you know, of an exotical person. I'm pretty sure she was Creole, so she for sure was multiracial and multi-ethnic. And they kind of casted, you know, a dark skin. Mind you, that's a cartoon, but yeah, I do find it really interesting, like how certain things are okay and certain things aren't. I already did a video on the Nina Simone movie versus the Rosa Parks movie. How one is a light-skinned woman portrayed by a dark-skinned woman, the other is a dark-skinned woman portrayed by a light-skinned woman, and how one is deemed as okay and the other one isn't. So that's definitely something that I would have kind of brought up in this, because at the end of the day, regardless of who plays her, I think that the person should capture her essence and understand her story and be able to tell it in a very tasteful way. I don't really think a lot of people care about the definite percentage of the race of the person who's casted as Aaliyah. But because she is so gorgeous and she's a Black American princess for sure, a lot of Black Americans, especially the women, have this thing where they kind of want to claim her as their own. And honestly, I don't know a lot about the lady's lineages and stuff, but I heard that she was Jamaican. Her father's side is from Jamaica, and they're pretty multi-ethnic and racial over there too. So, and then you can just tell from her phenotype. And you know what? Let's say she's not Jamaican. Let's say she's straight up African American. She's straight from chattel slavery, right? That's still kind of mixed in a way. And I remember when the Tyler stuff was happening, the South Africans were basically saying, you know, y'all saying that Tyler's black, but here in Africa, African Americans would be considered colored too. So it's because we're ethnically mixed up in our own little way. The same way Creoles have like the French and the Native American and maybe some Caribbean and the coloreds. That's a very specific group of mixed people. So are African Americans in our own little way. And that's why some of us have the phenotypes that we do. So I'm going to show you guys another video as well.
So this person said that Aaliyah having Cherokee in her makes her biracial. Just let that sink in for a second. Most Black Americans are mixed down the line with some type of either European, Native American, or African. And when I say African, it could be from anywhere in the motherfucking continent. There's many different regions of Africa. That's what y'all don't understand. And I guarantee you, this is probably a person that's not even black content. And if you're black, then that's terrible because you don't even know the history of your own fucking people. Y'all like to say that people are mixed based off of skin tone and based off of hair texture and this, that, and third, but that's not how it goes. I am a dark-skinned woman. I'm very fucking dark. And my great-grandmother was Cherokee. Let that sink in. The fuck?
Now, for the most part, I pretty much agree with what she was saying. If you're African American, you definitely have a lot going on when it comes to your lineage. Some of us more than others. And some of these comments were saying, Aaliyah is similar to Beyonce, Lori Harvey, Russell Wilson. They have a lot of non-African admixture, and they're probably, 50-50, 60-40 when it comes to a lot of their admixtures. Someone else says, not all the Viola Davises in the comments claiming to be mixed like Aaliyah now. Aaliyah was mixed with Native, and that's why she was light with good hair. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And I don't know, y'all. I feel like a lot of people, it's just shallow. Like, honestly, I think with her legacy and how things ended for her and stuff, I don't really think, out of all the things we could be talking about, you're talking about the lineage and the blood percentage of someone's admixture of who's allowed to play her. Do you really think she would care about that? As long as the person captures her essence, I really feel like that's what matters the most. Someone else is saying Aaliyah was a quarter Native, and that a lot of people need to be serious when they're talking about both of her black parents being black. And honestly, I did a video on what is black and who gets to be it, and the many different loose terms that the word black can encompass for different people. So that's a whole nother story. Some people are saying the Cherokee was confirmed. It wasn't. Someone else here says, I'm surprised by how many non-African Americans think we are full-blooded Africans. I have gotten into many arguments about this topic. So, yeah, I definitely agree with what the comment section was saying. And when it comes to Aaliyah specifically, I think that race is really the last thing that matters. I think when it comes to actors, especially if you have a very ambiguous look, you're going to play whatever you look like. And I don't really think there's anything wrong with that. They have, I can't remember her name right now. I'll try to show a picture of her. But there's monoracial light-skinned girls that play mixed girls, and they are not mixed. And then there's mixed girls that play monoracial black people, and they are not monoracial. And I don't think it's a big deal. So my question is, are African Americans monoracial or not? Are we mixed up because of slavery, which is European, and the migration of the Native Americans, which would be a Cherokee for some of us? Or are we just black? And Aaliyah should be played by someone that's just black. And another thing that I saw was someone saying something like, oh, I hate light skin only families, like the Currys and stuff like that. Basically saying that there's a specific subculture within light skinned people where they only date with other light skinned people. And if you have green eyes and you date someone else that has green eyes, that is incest. And you're giving Aryan race, even if you're both, whether you're both monoracial, because the pictures that I showed you of Aaliyah, that's her brother there. And a lot of people consider Rihanna mixed. They don't consider her mixed race. She has green eyes. Chris Brown has those light eyes. Are they ancestral? So it's one of those things where it's like they kind of don't want mixed or light skin or really anyone that has a different phenotype dating other people with said phenotype. If you date someone with your same phenotype and you happen to be an exotical, they would consider you colorist. And you're a part of the Blue Vein Society. You're doing paper brown tests with, people before you date them, as if the black community isn't the same group of people that, are already testing the baby's skin color. Oh, is that a placenta perm? Oh, I'm going to pinch the nose of my baby so that my baby will have a small nose. Like, that's not common in a lot of, all across the black diaspora, to be honest. So I'm not even really picking on one specific group. Meanwhile, the people that already have those phenotypes don't need to do that. They can just date people that look like them, because who isn't attracted to people that look like them? Well, you know who, but we're not going to talk about that in this video. But yeah, there's also some other videos that I'm going to show you guys where it's pretty obvious that if someone looks, like an exotical, they look like they could be mixed up, but they happen to just be monoracial, that somewhere down the line, they're actually not monoracial. So regardless if you believe if Aaliyah was monoracial or not, she has a very specific phenotype. And someone who shares her phenotype should play her in the film, in my personal opinion. And you know what's funny? The girl that played her in the movie, I'm going to show you guys a picture of her. She's obviously an exotical, but she has more rounder features. Versus Aaliyah, she has more like sharp angular features. And some of those features may be seen as more keen versus the rounder features, which could be seen as more, like having like a rounder nose and rounder cheeks and stuff. Those are more like African features and more like an angular pointy nose, you know what I mean? And even though they're both exoticals to me, Aaliyah and the girl that played her, I feel like the girl that played her had more of a black passing look, if you will. You know, like a regular cute light skinned black girl. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people didn't like her, because she didn't look as mixed as Aaliyah. And a lot of people don't want to admit that. But yeah. So I'm also going to show some videos of monoracial black women who don't look monoracial, and how regardless if Aaliyah was mixed or not, she has a ambiguous look, and you can be monoracial and look ambiguous, hence the exotical space. So check these videos out.
Now, this comment right here is just absurd. I mean, I have definitely not white phenotype. I have 4C hair. I don't see how anybody could actually mistake me to be white, which is absolutely insane. But I also had someone comment that I was of mixed race, and I'm not. We can trace our family tree back generations and generations in the United States. The only time that you get to the white people are basically the slave masters who did not have consensual relationships.
If you're a stranger, don't ask if I'm mixed. Don't ask what I'm mixed with, because I'm gonna lie. I'm going to lie. I'm Egyptian. I'm Blasian from Blasia. I'm from Blasia. I'm Jamaican and Dominican. My dad is from Colombia and mi mamá es de Veracruz, Mexico. Sí, yo hablo español. Sí, sí. Like, I don't know.
So my thing is, if you guys are saying whoever plays Aaliyah clearly has to look like her, then we was going to be like a Lifetime movie, and it's not good. And she has an ambiguous look, but it has to be played by a monoracial person, even though it's questionable if she and or all African Americans are monogamous. That means that if she's a monogamous racially, that her bloodline had to have, you know, generations of light skinned people. If she's not mixed, if Aaliyah is a monoracial, regular black girl, that means that her ancestors dated other people that look like her for her to have the phenotype that she has. And most of her family members look like her. So why is it that when two light skinned people or two mixed people or whatever want to get together, why y'all calling them the Aryan race? Why y'all saying y'all don't want y'all's babies to look like chicken cutlets and raw salmon? Like, what do you mean? Like, either how is she going to be monoracial and look like that without her family dating other people that look like her? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. So either she's mixed race, like how she looks, and she can be played by a mixed race woman, or she's a regular black girl, and her family dated regular black people that look like her. So is Aaliyah's family now racist and colorist? Are they now the Aryan race? Are they now the Blue Vein Society? You know? So it's one of those things where the talking points don't even make sense and they fall through. And it's just a way to control somebody else's image and control someone. Because, as Articles United said it right, it's about kind of trying to control other people's body parts. When people see two light skinned people in a relationship, they don't think you look like siblings. They think that they want you to spread out your good genes, basically. They don't want you to keep it all to yourself. And if you do, then you're racist. And I feel like it's normal for people to want to have children that look like them and look like their family, regardless if you're monoracial or not. But yeah, that's my personal opinion. I think a lot of this stuff is really hypocritical. And honestly, to be honest, I don't even want them to make an Aaliyah movie at this point. But I would love to know you guys' opinions. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day.